I told my host, when you are talking to our children about head, shoulders, we should not be in a hurry to rush down there. So my host said, we make a stopover. Let us make a stopover there. Remember we said, or did I say, let me introduce you to your children's private part. I introduce you to yours. No, you already know yours. You already decided. You have already decided. You have decided. Yes, it is cut across. Grace, you are a girl. Nothing else, isn't it? And you said I'm not talking to you. You're who? Phyllis. A boy? Look at her. You don't see I am. So I'll not introduce you to your private part, but now we are talking to our children, isn't it? Yes. 3 years to 6 years. Remember, they are so possessive. If you can come and throw toys here, they will grab and they will know this mine. Some of them even will refuse to give the teacher when they are going home, isn't it? Yes. Because they have taken possession of it. And that is my cry this day, that we educate these children so well that they are able to take possession of their private part. You can imagine. Because like this has given a Madam was asking me, I cannot comprehend how a father can have sex with their child, but it is happening. Even if you don't want to comprehend, it is happening. So, remember we have said we are protecting. What are we doing? Preparing so that we shall not regret as we repair. We want them to be very possessive of their private part. Number one. Remember you're talking to your Jaden, who is 6 years old, 5. The other one was who? Natalie. And would I be able to pronounce Natalie? Yeah, Nata and Jaden. Natalie and Jaden, you're talking to them. Because I want us to be age appropriate. So you are telling them, and this cuts across everybody, including when I'm talking to the university students, it augurs well. And the other day I was hosted with a university leader of one of the universities. You'll see it on my lines there. And they were saying, sex is not fun. They were saying it is not food, it is not oxygen, nobody will ever die for not having it. By the way, even nobody will ever go to ICU for not having sex. So you can imagine you're talking to your children that now, and if you're not able to talk, that is why I came this morning, to empower you. Look at your neighbor, tell them, neighbor, to know what I know, and to know what I do not know is what knowing is all about. Okay? To know what you know and to know what you don't know is what knowing is all about. So we want to make sure we ground our children on the word. And I thank God that we have our Muslim sisters there. They can tell us what happens as they give birth. The husband will come and talk to the child in the ear and say, wait, no other God other than Allah. True or false? True. All right. Now we want to talk that to our children so that they can be able to guard themselves, so that they can be able to protect themselves even when everybody else is saying otherwise. Number one. Now we are talking to Jaden. We lose Jaden all through. We are telling Jaden, your private part gives you identity. Remember the reason Grace is a she. It's because she has Madam V. So, my private part gives me identity. So you go and you tell your Jaden that my son is called Roy and my daughter is called Joy, and now they are young adults. So they grew in my classes until my son used to be very embarrassed when I go to speak in their high school. He used to tell me, Mom, when you come, usiite nini ya chini, usiite matako, ite makalio. So you can imagine, you have to be able to talk the way you are going to communicate. But as you talk that way, for me, I want to offend them to defend them. So even you, I'm encouraging you to go and have an offending talk so that you can be fed. It will be so painful to have your son, when they are 25 years old, or my son, to come home with another boy and they want to get married. Yeah, really. So we have to make sure that we are fed to defend. Can you say, or fed to defend? Fed to defend. So now we have said, number one, it gives them identity. Kama yule sinimjama, that's a boy who is there. Where is the mother? The mother needs to ask that boy, why are you a boy? Then he's going to say, I don't know. So you tell him it's because you have P. Next, you have to say it is there. So gives identity. Number two. And your children love it when I talk when your children love my talks when I'm talking to them. Because number two, it's so obvious. Your private part is boneless. And in fact, I'm going to come and tell you what, that you're going to go to heaven. Tomorrow the church, the pastors will take you to heaven. Me, I will talk to you how to do good parenting on earth so that you can go to heaven. So we say number one, what? Clap for yourself. Number two? Yeah, it is boneless. And remember now, Grace, you're talking to your children. Number three, my private part is brainless. It is brainless. It is brainless. What was number one?
Identity.
I pray that I'm talking to mothers. Am I talking to mothers?
Yes.
Am I talking to mothers?
Yes.
That one that is made of magic? I'm talking to you?
Yes.
That one that makes meals? I'm talking to you?
Yes.
My one?
And of me.
Well, my one? Teacher? Helper? Encourager? Remarkable. I'm making Maua on the remarkable part. So that you can imagine, when all children know what is right, then we all can walk in righteousness. You know, it takes only one potato to make a whole sack rotten. So we must make sure that we don't have one. One is more than enough. Aki Grace, thank you. You will go to heaven, you. Number one? Number one?
Identity.
Jane, don't tell me my friend. Yeah. Thank you. You know Jane is my mother. So, number one, remember you're talking to your child and you're asking them to echo back, and you're my children now. So, number one,
My private part is my identity.
number two,
My private part is boneless.
number three,
My private part is boneless.
number four, my private part does not have common sense. My private part does not have common sense, and common sense is not good sense. I'm looking at a mother there who is very agitated. Look at me now. Wait until they come home, mother. Wait until they come home. Utajua haujui. You will remember my lessons. Number 5, which is very hilarious, and all children love this. It is in Swahili. That joto. My private part, can we say my private part?
My private part.
Iko tu na joto. Na joto ya leo ni majuto ya kesho. That one, the children love that one because they want to experiment. Now they know kuna majuto ya kesho. So our children, they need us to be number one role model. Mama, who are you? You are the first instructor. That is why we are told the teachers will tell the children they are number 2 mothers. There's a number 1 mother at home. So, madam at home, mother. Children, when they come to school, we want grades. Character formation is at home. We are only privileged that we are in a Christian school. Character formation is at home. Remember, days of COVID out of school, your children were still at home. The children came home for 10 months. and it went, hell broke loose. And our sons and our daughters were defiled. They did and they did and they done. So we are asking parents, can we now go back to the responsibility of parenting? And I hope that I'll be able to bring it out better. When we go, I saw an expectant lady, bless